Welcome back, guys. So today we're going to be replacing the steering rack in this N70 Toyota Hilux. So let's get into it. Okay guys, before we start removing this steering shaft, I like to just pull the key out and engage the steering lock. So then your input shaft can't spin around. Okay guys, I'm just going to lift the ute up and remove both front tyres. Now we can just lift it up to get access underneath. Okay guys, so we're under the wheel arch now. Your steering rod ends, ball joints, we'll just pop them off both sides. It's just a split pin in there, calculated nut. So pull that split pin out. And 19mm socket. I'm going to leave the nut on a little bit. And then to pop this off, you just give it a bit of a tap on the end there with a hammer. And it should pop it off. So undo the nut and do it. Just do that to both sides. Okay guys, we're under the car on the driver's side and this is your steering shaft coming down and the spline, your input spline is there. So we'll just undo this 12mm bolt and undo that. You have to pull this bolt all the way out because it sits in a groove. Okay, looking in from your driver's side wheel arch, they're your two hoses that feed your steering rack. We'll have to undo them, but with this steel pipe, if you just follow it back behind this brace here, there's a little bracket. You just need a 12mm socket and take this bolt out, which holds it. And then we can undo them hoses. Okay, so we're just going to undo our lines now, but make sure you got a drain tray underneath it because it'll probably leak out some oil. These are actually really tight, so I had to spray them with a bit of stuff and use a flare nut spanner to crack it off. Just unscrew them off and let the oil drain out. Now just this other hose, it's got a hose clamp on it, so just get it from the back. That hose will just pull off. Okay, last couple mounting bolts go through your frame here. One there, one on this side. That's 17mm socket spanner. Just undo them. Okay, so just on the passenger side, I'm just gonna remove this end ball joint, just so it doesn't get caught up on anything on the way out. Just need a 22mm and 19mm spanner, just crack that nut off. And then unwind the ball joint off the end. Okay, now everything's loose. We have to get this spline, input spline off. Just gonna get a cold chisel and just knock it in that gap there to separate it a little bit. And that's coming off loose there now, so just keep should be able to just keep wriggling that off. Okay guys, give us a bit more room. We're going to take this ADD valve off the front diff. Not all models have this, but I'll just unplug that. And this is just a breather. And there's just 4 bolts. You need a 12mm socket. Make sure you have a drain tray under there. Now we're just going to disconnect this sway bar. So we've got 2 14mm bolts here and a 17mm nut at the back. Just undo that one first. And then there's 2 14s on this D-rubber. Just do that to both sides. And your sway bar will just sit down. I need this one. Now we should be able to just shimmy it out that driver's side. Just try and work it out. There we go, there's the rack out. Okay guys, I've got the new steering rack. Just left a couple of those ends on it to protect it. And we'll just slowly slide it in. Same way we got it out. Just keep checking each side as you get it in. Now that we've got it sitting in there a bit loose, we'll just get that spline started. Okay, next thing we're going to do is get our long mounting bolts in place. I'm just going to put a little bit of Loctite on them. Just get a nut on the top. Same with this one. Yeah, we're going to do them up tight. Okay, now we're going to fit our spline. I'll put a little bit of Loctite on this bolt as well, but if you push it in and it doesn't go in, it's probably not down far enough, or it's on too far, because there's a groove in that spline where the bolt goes through. So if you get it lined up, it'll go straight in. Then we're just going to tighten him up. 12mm socket. Then you tighten it up, give it a wriggle, make sure there's no slop in that spline. It does have to be fairly firm. Okay, now we're just going to fit the hose fittings. The barb fitting goes in the top or closest to the engine. They are flared fittings, so just going to do them up tight. That one done, and that hose goes on there. You just have to move this sway bar around as you go to get access to it. And put that clamp on from the back. Just squeeze it with some pliers and slide it down into the right spot over that barb. Then the other fitting. when you get that fitting most of the way down, then you can just put your little bracket on so it's in the right spot. Then you can do it up. When you got that fitting just starting to tighten up, we'll tighten down the clamp that holds the hose in place. Just so it doesn't move when we tighten it. That clamp that holds that pipe is tight now, and I'll just nip this up so it's tight. Okay, so we got our new ball joints. And what we're going to do is just wind them on, put your hub roughly straight. Get that roughly in the right spot, and then we can make final adjustments when it's on the ground. Next thing we're going to fit is the sway bar. You can this D-rubber here. It's 14mm socket. And you can fit this in that. It's just a 17mm nut on the back of that one. Just do the same on both sides. Okay, now we're just going to fit our steering arms. Just make sure you get the split pin hole lined up. Okay, now that, because we've changed the steering rack and the ball joints, we want to get this hub nice and straight on both sides. So to do that, we can just back this nut off, get a 14mm spanner, and just turn this rod and just look at the hub. And just get it as straight as you can by eye. when you get it straight, just 22mm spanner on that nut. And just tighten it up to hold it in place. That will lock it up solid. Just do the same on both sides. Okay guys, we're just gonna let the car down now and fill up the power steering fluid and bleed the system. Hey guys, this is your power steering reservoir here. As you can see, it's empty, so we're just gonna fill that up to the full mark, which is about halfway down that bottle. We're just going to fill it up. It is actually a bit over full, but it's going to use some, so. And then we're going to start the car up and turn it off as it bleeds down. Okay, you can see it sucked it down a bit and some air has come out of it. So we're just going to do that and keep topping it up. I do like to leave the cap on loose so the air does come through the cap and out. Okay, this time when I start it up, I'm going to slowly rotate the steering wheel. So that time I move the steering wheel all the way to the left and all the way to the right. Now we're gonna fill it up to the cold maximum mark now. I'm going to put the cap on properly this time. I'm going to start it up one more time, cycle it all the way to the left, all the way to the right. Do that a couple of times and then back to the middle, and then we'll recheck the level again. Okay, that time I circulated the steering all the way to the left and right a couple of times. It didn't actually suck the oil down that much, so I'm just going to put it on the cold full mark. And that should be good. We'll just lift the car up again to put the wheels on, but we'll check to make sure there's no leaks down at the rack. Just under the car looking at them hoses there. Make sure they're not leaking. Make sure it's not leaking around the boots or anything, which it all looks pretty good. Okay guys, now we can fit the wheels. Okay guys, that's how you replace the steering rack and ball joints on this N70 Hilux. It will need to go in for a wheel alignment just to make sure everything's spot on with that steering. But thanks for watching. I hope you've learnt something. Please like, subscribe and comment, and we'll catch you on the next one.